This is the whole entire brain in under 3 minutes. The average human brain weighs about 3 pounds. This 2.2% of the average human body weight directs 100% of voluntary and involuntary bodily functions. Neural communication is facilitated by neurons, or nerve cells. Neurons consist of dendrites, which receive messages from other cells, the axon and axon terminals, which send messages to other cells, the myelin sheath, a fatty layer that covers the axon, and the cell body, which helps keep the cell alive. Neurons operate through action potentials. An electrical charge produces depolarization that travels down the axon, triggering subsequent action potentials. After the neuron fires, it undergoes a refractory period in which it is inactive. Neurons are the cells that make up the nervous system. The two major divisions of the nervous system are the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. The latter consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The pons coordinates movement and sleep, and the medulla regulates heartbeat and breathing. These two structures together make up the brainstem. The reticular formation filters and directs perception of stimuli, the cerebellum controls balance and implicit memories, and the thalamus directs all senses except smell to the appropriate cortical regions. The limbic system or midbrain contains the amygdala, hypothalamus, and hippocampus. The amygdala controls the fight-or-flight response and therefore emotions like fear and anger. The hypothalamus monitors bodily states such as hunger, thirst, and temperature, as well as the pituitary gland, emotion, and reward. The hippocampus is the brain's explicit memory formation and processing center. The highest level brain functions occur in the cerebral hemispheres, the largest parts of the brain by volume. Each hemisphere has a frontal lobe, a parietal lobe, a temporal lobe, and an occipital lobe. The frontal lobe's functions include speaking, planning, judgments, and motor movements. The parietal lobes, at the rear of the brain, receive sensory input for touch and body positioning. The occipital lobes contain the visual cortex, which processes visual information, and the temporal lobes process hearing, each hemisphere from the opposite side's ear. The somatosensory cortex receives sensations, and the motor cortex controls movement. The entire brain is covered by a layer of neural cells called the cerebral cortex.